Okay guys, at the request of a few people, I'm going to be demonstrating some techniques I use for videos, lightsaber flips, well, weapon flips in general, some climbing techniques I use, as well as just general fighting techniques that I use for my videos. Disclaimer by the way, my videos are filmed in slow motion, but all the moves that I do are 100% possible in full speed, it's just a lot more difficult. Let's start with the weapon flip. I would first recommend, do not turn on self-collision for this, you will kill yourself. It's not a metaphor, you will literally cut your own arm off doing this. Second of all, I would recommend practicing in slow motion. So the trick to it, you don't actually spin your hand all the way around, as you can see that is impossible. No human can do that. So what you actually do is you turn your hand as far as you can this way, and then when it reaches around here, you flip your hand all the way back. You would go to this angle again, or maybe even this angle, all the way around as fast as you can, like that, and you break the physics, and then you can end up turning it into that, and it flips the weapon. You'll get the hang of it. It takes a while to learn, but you can make some really fancy moves without actually having to flourish on anything that isn't an index. Really, you can't flourish on an Oculus Rift S like I'm using, but that should hopefully clear up how to spin your lightsaber. And just to show you can do it at full speed, it's a little harder, it's a little also more jittery, but you can do it. See, so it is possible, 100% possible. Now, moving on to the next one. I thought I'd also do some climbing techniques that I like to use. Again, best to practice in slow motion. So what I like to do is I like to jump, try and grab onto a wall, jump again, and then go for a stab. And the most effective way to do this is look for anything that looks like a ledge. Don't just try and, you can't just, unless you're using AS mod, the new light and dark split mod, unfortunately you cannot just grab onto walls. Their new mod has made it so much better. Please, shout out to Aya, please go check out that mod, it's incredible. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to show off some moves you can do while jumping. I mean, there's loads of things you can do with this. If you have a higher jump mod, by changing the files, you can even jump up and grab that. I would also recommend you turn off your fall damage in here, because there is no way you're going to survive some of these jumps if you do them. But you can pretty much jump off anything. I could run towards this, grab it, launch myself, and stab someone down here. So it's all practice, honestly, and then eventually when you get good at it, you can probably go into full speed. It's a little more difficult to do, but as you can see, it's a lot more difficult to do actually, but you can definitely launch yourself. It just really takes time to learn it. I mean, there's tons of stuff you can do here. You know, basics and simple things. Again, weapon flips are also possible with every weapon. Even spears, even halberds, great swords can do it. So again, the weapon flips are also a good thing you could mix in with together. Okay, so some other thing you could try is something I like to do quite a lot in my videos, which is you launch the weapon up, grab it mid-air, and come down. And you can do that a lot higher if you have mods that help you jump height, but it just makes for a fancier move. So try and predict where your weapon's going, and you can actually do that in full speed too. Again, I can't do it, but I'm sure people like Dabario, who is in the community, who's very good at full speed things, could definitely do it. Full speed tends to kill your frame rate with a lot of people, so try test it in 1v1s. Honestly, that's really all you wanna be doing. If you really need practice, you could always get the scale mod, scale your sword up a bit, and this might help. So you can practice grabbing in midair and taking it down. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do with each weapon type in this game. Again, every weapon type can do the spin. Again, every weapon type can also do the grabs, launch yourself, throw your weapon, and stab. So there's a lot you can do. A lot that makes your videos a lot fancier. People don't want to watch just slash, you know? try and do some more interesting things. I'm also going to demonstrate one last thing. The last thing that I wanted to demonstrate here is disarming. Disarming is extremely easy, people should be able to pick it up by now. But you want to grab their wrist, hit while you're holding their wrist, and that disarms them first try. And they will try to dodge your attacks, but can't do a whole lot. Again, I'll show you that again with a different enemy weapon. Well, it's actually a very similar weapon. But I can probably show you in full speed here actually. Let's show you one in full speed. I mean, you can sometimes just rip it out of your hands like that, if you want a surefire way of doing it. Dodge. Again, most content creators I would recommend playing in slow-mo, and then... yeah, it's very simple. Okay, I'm going to put some of these effects together and see what you guys think. Yeah, so you can combine stuff to make some really cinematic stuff, and that sped it up looks like this. Anyway guys, that's it. Big shout out to Brian Lucy for recommending me to do this video. I actually did have this planned, but didn't know whether it was wanted too much, so thank you so much guys for letting me know. Hope this helps people. Honestly, I really do. And if anyone has any other questions, feel free to leave it in the comments. Anyway guys, I'll see you in a bit.